Hey guys, Drew here. We're gonna do our mono blue. This is my fairies, and I'm thinking about making them blue black maybe eventually, but for now I wanted a mono blue deck. So I have a mono of every color, mono deck of every color. So these are my fairies. They're pretty good. They're definitely not my best. They still got a lot of work to do. If you have any suggestions, I'm open to them. I do have other fairy cards that I actually kind of took out. So this is kind of what's working for now. It's a little bit slower deck. I know if I go blue-black, I can be a lot faster, get something like a Bitter Blossom or whatever. But for now, if you have any suggestions on blue, let me know. Sorry about that. Mono blue fairies, suggestions, put them in the comments. I'll be glad to hear them. All right, here we go. 12 islands, and you're like, 12, wow, that is a really, really low number. Well, that's because, first of all, we run 4 fetch lands. I wouldn't really do any more than 4 because you need them. Another interruption, I apologize. 4 fetch lands, you want to thin stuff out to get some of your spells, but you don't want to lose mana for it. And of course, every good fairy deck needs to run Fairy Conclave. It's one of those, you kind of turn it in to a fairy there at the end. Always nice to have a couple extra fairies on hand. Alright, for creatures. No, let's not do creatures. Let's do my spells. Thinking about putting more of these in because they're really fun. Turn to Frog. So when they're attacking, as long as they don't have a pro blue or some sort of cancel, your super giant, awesome guy loses everything. He's a 1/1. I block with one of my fairies and he dies. So he's lots of fun. Or he could make something that has flying not have flying in order to let some of my guys go through. Divination, draw 2 cards. That's nice to have when you start getting low on cards in your hand. That's one that might be replaced. Good blue decks, no good without cancel. Gotta have cancel, gotta have that control. And Notorious Throng, your fairy token go-getter. And she's one that you play turn 6 when you have enough mana to pay the prowl costs. Because when you do that, you take another turn. So you're hitting, and then you're taking a whole nother turn, and now you have significantly more fairies to work with. Speaking of fairies, let's go with this. Spell, Sputter, Sprite. You want to go first in this deck, so you can play a land, have them go, play a land, or whatever. When it comes back to you, now you have 2 mana to start canceling stuff that maybe they're like, oh, I finally grabbed a 1-drop creature. You can do it that way, okay? If nothing else, when you could put them out there if you don't have anything to cancel, and then use your Quickling to bring it back to your hand. Quickling is very nice, mostly because it's 2/2, but any of these fairies that have some sort of ability when they enter the battlefield, Quickling lets you use them multiple times. I run a couple Spire Golems just for my Quickling. If I want to play one down, I can bring this back to my hand. And if it's late game and I have 6 islands, then I just drop him back for free. So that's always nice. You can always play him on turn 3 also. 3 islands with the affinity, so now you have a 2/4 flyer out there. Pestermite's fun. You can play him when you're trying to attack, or it's a target permanent, so you can put that out there and tap a land that your opponent controls, or untap a land you control. This is one I'm still iffy about, the Silkbind Fairy. You have to attack with him, because this is your untap symbol. So you have to attack, hope that he doesn't die, then you can pay 2 and untap him to tap maybe one of their creatures. So that's always fun if you use it correctly. Alright, here's the couple beasts of the deck. You gotta have Scion of Una. Fairies getting Shroud, and 2 of these out there, they give each other Shroud, and now your fairies are safe from pretty much everything. Okay, that's huge when people are trying to remove or anything like that. Giving your fairy shroud is big. And of course, fairy harbinger. This is when you play this, and then generally I go get a Scion of Luna, boosting my fairies and giving them shroud. It's pretty critical. But my fairies still need a lot of work. They're somewhat fun to play with. They're slow. If you think I should go blue-black, tell me what needs to be switched down in the comments. I know I can go a little bit faster, but I'm still kind of debating it. Please don't tell me cards that are going to cost me like $20 per card. I built this entire deck for like, it was definitely less than $100. I think the first chunk of it was about 75. So it's a relatively cheap deck. But any suggestions, let me know.